Is there any consequence from Vi becoming an enforcer?
No, I thought it was awkward when it happened. Everyone was defending it. I thought it was weird.
Right. We're talking about great arcane storytelling. I mean, here we got a situation where the enforcers represent everything that has like what's the word I'm looking for? Oppressed Vi.
Right.
Her entire life.
Right.
Okay, right. You're right. They're the oppressors her entire life. And now, here we've got a situation where she could join them. Arguably, that should be played up more. But even if you're not going to do that, play up the choice more, her actually going and doing it, the result of that choice has to be there. That she's now a traitor to Zahn.
Right.
When she wakes up in the fighting pit, why is she in Zahn? Can she show her face there? Doesn't everyone want to kill her? Isn't she a traitor to everything that she had? Even if she tries to explain, I was trying to kill Jinx and whatever. I mean, doesn't she have to explain that? Is she in the fight? Can she show her face? Is that why she's trying to disguise her tattoos? Because she has betrayed her people? Is that something?
Well, I think that the face paint was a couple things. I think it's like war paint. I also think it's face hiding. I actually read a lot about the psychology of shame. And in the psychology of shame, there's very distinctive body patterns and habitual patterns. And one is to hide the face. This is an immediate cross-cultural reaction to shame, is to hide the face. So when you start smearing paint on your face or rubbing something off like makeup, if women have makeup and they violently rub the makeup off, that's a shame reaction. So I took that as a mixture of war paint and shame when she was putting the black paint on her face. If we were effective, I could see if you were waiting for them to follow through on episode 3, I could see why you'd be disappointed. I think I got lucky that I forgot about episode 3, and I when I let off into this, I was fine with it. It seemed
to me like where it was going when Vi was unable to go through with killing Jinx, which needed to happen, and then as a result, that ended with a lot of death in Piltover and in Zahn. That Vi would be homeless. She can't go back to Zahn because she's betrayed them, and she can't go back to Piltover because she's also betrayed them. She's homeless, and she's going to have to do this herself. To me, that her story arc would then be like, okay, I tried playing with Zahn, I tried playing with Piltover. The only thing I know now is that Jinx has got to die. And I've got to come to terms with how I didn't kill her before or let her be killed before. Now I got to go handle this situation. She's got to get her mind right, and then she's got to go for that. To me, that's the story. But apparently, like I said, even her becoming an enforcer isn't even something we need to talk about in the story.
Well, I thought that was not effective storytelling, having her become an enforcer. Here's the thing. If people like a show, they'll defend it. They'll defend whatever it does. My goal is always, is this the right use of the kid? So there's always why is that bad? She could do that. Like I always think of Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. People are like, it makes sense. Of course Luke could do that. It's like, of course any character could do anything. Of course. My issue is this a good use of that character? Does it make sense, or are you starting to clash with other things? And you brought up some great points with why that might be problematic.
Yeah. I'm thinking, when I was looking at that, I was like, going, okay, did she have to swear an oath? Is she now some kind of officer in that? Okay, now are the enforcers, do they now look on her as a deserter, and that's why she can't go back to Piltover because she's a deserter, and deserters from the enforcers face death? Is that the death penalty or something? Whatever. What's the penalty for being a deserter from the enforcers once you've joined? I don't know. That sounds like it could be interesting storytelling, but it's just not something we're not even dealing with.
Right. To me, you could throw out Act 1. We don't even really need it. I feel like the real powerful storytelling is right here in Act 2. Even the problems I had with Episode 1 at least set up multiple payoffs, by the way. There's a lot of setup and payoff in Act 2. And so Episode 4 does do the work of setting up several things. And by the time you get to Episode 6, you get some great payoffs. Some great
heartbreaking payoffs.
Yeah.
The Titter Pig for $5. The Titter Pig Rancher for $5. Thank you very much, Sable. Says, I mentioned on Bacon Stream all the weaknesses of Act 2 were direct continuations of Act 1's. Act 1.
Great point.
But it
Yeah, so
happened.
that's-
I mean,
I mean,
yes, if we were looking at this from a script writer before any of this was animated, we could fix this. But
well, here's my attitude on that, Heath. Am I willing to hate good writing in episodes 5 and 6? Am I willing to give up on episodes 5 and 6 because they didn't set it up right in 4 episodes that I didn't like? No, I'd rather grab a hold of episode 5 and 6 and be like, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. This is incredible storytelling. This has me off balance. It has me off guard. It has me emotionally invested. Like, I am willing to forgive the sloppy baton handoff from Act 1 into Act 2. I'm willing to forgive it as long as I have episodes 5 and 6 as good as they are. I would rather not keep trying to reconcile episodes 5 and 6 with Act 1. I'm willing to forget that. And I think that's, it sounds like you're still like, if we take them serious with Act 1, then they shouldn't have made the shift in episodes 5 and 6. And I'm saying, but I'm glad they did anyway. I'm glad they dropped the baton and just started this new like storyline with these characters, because this is what I really wanted. I almost feel like I feel like season 2 should have started with the end of episode 3. Marshalling Occult Arms in Piltover. Marshalling the forces for full-scale retaliatory action upon Zahn for what they've done. And with Kate leading the way. Let's do this. And then Vi and Jinx are stuck together on the same team in Zahn, whether they like each other or not. And then you can move right into this story. But anyway, they didn't do that. And to your point, they didn't really follow through on the invasion of Zahn.